All right, everyone. Good evening from Los Angeles. My name's Ronnie. I am the International Admission Counselor here at LMU, and I'm so happy to have all of you join us today. Um, again, I also graduated from LMU. I graduated in 2020 with my master's from our School of Education. So again, it's really nice to share a little bit more about LMU today. And then we are also joined by two current graduate students. Stefan, if you want to take a moment to introduce yourself.
Sure. Hey everyone, I'm Stefan. I'm from Munich, Germany, and it's my second year here at LMU. I'm currently doing my master's in entrepreneurship and sustainable innovation. I'm part of the international admission and outreach team, and I'm part of the soccer team. And hopefully, I will graduate in the year 2024.
Thank you, Stefan. And Bea, please introduce yourself as well.
Hi everyone, I'm Bea. I'm from Spain. I'm doing my master's in film production with a specialization in directing fiction. And this is my second year at LMU, and I still have one more year left. And I also am part of the transfer admissions team.
Great. Thank you both for joining us and as student panelists today. And now we'll go ahead and get to some questions. So we have some prepared questions for our student panelists that we would like to share with you. But if you have any specific questions for either Stefan or Bea or myself, please feel free to drop those in the chat and we'll go ahead and get to those at the end of this as well. So my first question for you, Bea and Stefan, is why did you select LMU for your graduate studies? And Stefan, do you want to start us off?
Yeah. So I had actually a couple of reasons. I talked to a lot of schools and I was looking at a lot of schools. And for me, LMU was the school who offered the full package. I really liked the campus. I had good conversations with the people from LMU and the location. I mean, it's located in Los Angeles. You're close connected to a lot of companies. You have always beautiful weather. And yeah, so far I can say that it was a great decision to come here because I really enjoy my time here.
Thank you, Stefan. And Bea, would you like to chime in with why you chose LMU as well?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I agree with a lot of his answers. I also I think the film program is really good, like all the equipment that we have, all the access to like stages and things like that. It's crazy, and I don't think any other school offers what LMU has. So I think that was probably my main reason. Obviously, it's LA, so a lot of opportunities for internships and like work. And also that we have like grad housing, like the opportunity to like get housing through the school. It was really important to me because it was my first time in this coast. I've lived in the East Coast before, but I knew nothing about this coast, and I really want like support before I transfer. Like I started here, so graduate housing was really a nice option.
Thank you, Bea. And thank you both for sharing that. You both come from two different colleges at LMU as well. So it's nice to hear that you have similar reasons of why you chose to come to LMU, especially that location piece. I know Los Angeles is really great for both that fun side and also the getting more experience in your chosen industry. Another question I have for both of you is about our classroom dynamic. So here at LMU, we really pride ourselves at having that small classroom dynamic, getting that peer-to-peer experience as well as that one-on-one professor time. Would you like to expand a little bit more of what it's like being in the classroom at LMU? And Bea, if you would like to go first this time.
Yeah, of course. So I think especially in my program, it's really important to have these one-on-one times with professors, because we have like, even for like scripts or films, we have specific questions for our own projects. And right now, I think my biggest class is 8 people. So it's a really a small class, and I think it's great because you can really get to know the professors can really get to know you, and like even just as professionals, like they can help you find internships, they can help you connect with people in your field. So I think it's really great to have that one-on-one time with the professors.
Thank you, Bea. And Stefan, Would you describe something similar, or how would you describe that?
Yeah, so I'm in a different program. So I would say our normal class size is around 15 to 25 people. But still, like, you have always a really, really close connection to your professors, and whenever you need help or whenever you need to text them or you have questions, you can either text them, as I said, or you can go to office hours that they offer you every week. And yeah, so far for me, it was every professor was always engaged to really help us if we have problems, or especially like I'm in an entrepreneurship class, so we had a lot of projects. And whenever you have a question, whenever you need to get a connection or the network of the professor, they are normally super happy to help you. So it's really, really great here.
Yeah, I had a similar experience in my grad program, and I both mentioned that level of professor engagement, and asking questions all the time. I'm sure it goes for both all different types of grad programs, as you mentioned. And what about that collaborative environment? 'Cause Bea, you come from the School of Film and Television, and then Stefan, you're in that entrepreneurship program. So what is the environment like with the other students as well?
So I just start. I hope that's fine for you. It's super good in my opinion. In our program, we have a lot of group projects, and through the group projects, you always get to know the people. And the cool thing about this is, like, normally the professors decide who is in one group. So through my time here at LMU, I had so many different people that I worked with, and that's good because that's all connections, and through those people you get to know other students, and then it feels like kind of a community.
Yeah, so for me, it's kind of similar. Our group projects are our films. So, for example, this semester we started shooting in September. We send it. No, I think there's still one weekend. So every single weekend we're on set with each other. Most of the sets are LMU people. So you spend 12 hours every single day from Friday to Sunday with these people. So you really get a sense of like community, and you make really good friendships from like these projects.
Great. Thank you so much for that experience you described for us. And then as far as the campus community, so expanding a little bit more on that peer-to-peer environment, I know, Stefan, you're involved in the LMU men's soccer team. If you want to talk a little bit more about how that campus community has impacted your experience in your graduate program.
So for me, it was pretty easy to connect because when I came here, I got to know the whole soccer team. So I had, from the first day on, kind of 30 new friends. But even if you don't be in a sport team or whatever, I think everyone is pretty open at the campus. So I would just suggest you use the chance to hang around on campus. There are a lot of different events. Every Wednesday there is a Wellness Wednesday, where in the middle of the campus there are like food places, clothing shops, and all different kind of activities. So I would just encourage you to use the opportunity and be as much as possible on campus, and maybe even have a coffee there and talk to other people.
Yeah, I'm happy you mentioned those Wellness Wednesdays. That's definitely my favorite part of the week. Bea, what about you? How has the campus community impacted your experience here at LMU?
Yeah, Wellness Wednesday is also one of my favorite parts of the week. But I mean, I don't spend a lot of time on main campus because the School of Film and Television for graduate students is in Playa Vista. So I spend most of my time there. But it's also good because you see that the same people every single day. So it's like kind of like your little community in the other campus, which is really nice. But yeah, whenever I'm on campus, I just try to go to Wellness Wednesday or like go to the den and get something to drink. And yeah, I go to the graduate student the events that they plan. I know there's like a Go Yoga coming up in the next few weeks, so I'm excited about that one.
And Bea, you mentioned the Playa Vista campus. So LMU does have two campuses. We have our main Westchester campus, and then we also have our campus located in Playa Vista, which is mainly for the School of Film and Television graduate students. Bea, do you want to talk a little bit more about Playa Vista and what that area is like?
Yeah, so our campus is kind of small. I mean, it's big for the amount of students that we have there, but it's a small campus. It's on the second floor of one of the buildings, and we have studios there that like kind of like you can transform for your film. We have like black boxes. We have equipment there. We have editing labs, sound labs, so you can anything that you need for your film, you can find it in that campus. We also have like a small theater, like projection room. So it's like really small. And then you can take a shuttle from the main campus to the Playa Vista campus. And I think it's every 30 minutes. So whenever you have to go to class and stuff, it's really convenient because you can just go to the main campus and then take the shuttle and then do the opposite. So yeah, it's definitely a really nice campus. It's really modern. And yeah, all the equipment that we have there, it's great.
Thanks, Bea. And then the location itself, just to add, is where Silicon Beach is. So that's LA's version of Silicon Valley. You have companies like Google, Yahoo, Snapchat. We actually share facilities with Facebook as well in that Playa Vista campus. And then the area also has things like Whole Foods, which is a grocery store, a movie theater, different yoga classes, restaurants, things like that. So it's a really fun area for a lot of our students to go enjoy as well. I know on our student team, our students will take the shuttle down, like Bea mentioned, and just enjoy a coffee or lunch with their friends as well. So it's a really nice area to expand on that. And then for Bea, you also mentioned some events that happen outside the classroom. Do you mind expanding on that? What type of events LMU really throws for their graduate students?
Yeah, so there's a bunch of like different events. I attend a couple of them because I'm usually like really busy with sets during the weekend, so I try to attend as many events as I can. But I went to an axe throwing event, which was really fun. What else? I know they did like a Top Golf event where you can go to Top Golf and then what else? We do have the Fallapalooza, which is a festival, a music festival that happens every fall semester. And it's really fun. They have food trucks, photo booth, and then the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, which is super cute because at least last year they had like fake snow, and it's weird to see snow in LA, so it was really fun. Um, and then they had like a winter ball with food, photo booth, like people got dressed up, and it was really fun.
Thanks, Bea. And then what about you, Stefan? Outside the classroom, doesn't just have to be LMU hosted events, but what is it like being a student in Los Angeles, and what do you do outside the classroom?
So I think Bea already mentioned the main events. I try to attend them as well. But outside the classroom, the location is just fantastic. You drive 10 minutes to the beach. No matter in which direction you go, either you can go to Manhattan Beach, you can go to Playa Vista Beach, what I really like. For example, I live in Marina del Rey, what is 10 minutes from campus. I really love this area. There are a lot of things that you can do. But in general, like just use LA. There's so much fun stuff to do every day, something going on, concerts, famous people having whatever in whatever direction you are interested. For me, it was super cool to attend sport events. I've never been at a football game. I've never been at a basketball game. So yeah, you have kind of everything you want to have here.
Thank you both. And then I do want to change subject a little bit more to work opportunities. So both of you, for example, work within the enrollment management, so in different admission offices. So what was it like to get that position on campus? And Bea, would you like to start off?
Yeah, so it was surprisingly really easy because we have the work day where you can find like different jobs that you can apply to. So I applied to a bunch of different jobs, and then I got an email back from the transfer admission office, and then I did an interview with them, and then I was part of the team. So it's almost been a year now, and it's a really fun experience. Of course, you're a student first, so if you have any conflicts with your schedule, if you need time to study to do a project, they always try to help you, because again, you're students first. So this is that's really nice, because in a lot of other places they're not going to be like, oh yeah, it's okay if you have homework, or if you have like an exam, you can leave early or like take the day off. So that's really nice. But yeah, overall it's a really great experience.
Thank you, Bea. And I know you also mentioned as a school film and television student, you work on different sets. Can you talk a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, so every semester there are different like film productions happening. Sometimes you can either be the director if it's the semester that you're gonna do your project, or you can just like collaborate with other people. So we have what is called the production handbook, which is a website where you can find like anything related with SFTB. And in that production handbook, we have a crew directory. So you can just put your name and the positions that you want to do on set. And then people will contact you like, hey, I need assistant director for my set. Like, it's happening these days, and these days. Would you be interested in joining? So like usually you're busy every single weekend. But it's really, really fun because you're doing what you like. So I think it's a great experience.
Thank you. And Stefan, would you like to talk a little bit more about what your work is on campus?
Sure. My work on campus, I'm a graduate assistant in the International Admission and Outreach team. Sorry, it's a long name. So my job is basically to look over applications or answer the inbox to help students, send them mails if we need something from them. And for me, it was pretty easy to find a job because I had a coffee with one of my best friends here in LA, and he had the job before me. So he recommended me the job because he had a great time and he really loved it. And he was an athlete as well. And for both of us, it was important to have like a flexible schedule. And yeah, as Bea said, you're a student first. So whenever you need time to study or whenever you can't work, they understand it and are totally fine with it. And on my work day, you find so much jobs. There should be something for everyone.
Thank you, Stefan. And can one of you also mention how it works after you graduate? So for international students, if you want to explain a little bit about OPT, and if not, I can also take that away. But Stefan or Bea, would you like to chime in at all? Okay, I can do this one. So for international students, after they graduate, so either with their bachelor degree or their master's, they have a chance to apply for what's called OPT. So this will give you a year after you graduate. It's almost like an extension of your F1 visa. We also have an office on campus called the Office for International Students and Scholars that would help you with this process. They put on multiple webinars throughout the years to make sure that you're prepared and understand how to apply for it and all these different types of things as well. But for example, Stefan mentioned a student that used to work in our office. He graduated and is now continuing to work in the US, close to LA as well. And then again, this is the type of program that you can do as an international student studying in the US. And then my last question, or before I ask my last question, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to put your personal questions in the chat. I will get to them shortly. So please, again, make sure you type those in. I see we also have one already. So thank you very much for your question. But my last question to you both is going to be, what advice would you have for students that are contemplating applying and enrolling in a graduate program at LMU? And Bea, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, honestly, go for it. This is a great experience. You're gonna meet amazing people. You're gonna meet amazing professionals in your field. You have a lot of resources, a lot of help from different offices. So yeah, that will be my advice. Just talk to like different people. connect with people. I think that's really important, and that's one of the best things that LMU has, like all the networking that you can do here. So yeah.
Thank you, Bea and Stefan.
So for me, as I mentioned at the beginning, it was maybe one of the best decisions that I've ever made. And for me, it was surprising because everyone is always saying, yeah, we have a great community, we have great people. But for me, the people made actually this experience special because I met so many people that I really, really would call friends now. And one other thing that was really important for me was that I had a mentor in one class who worked in several companies and who I had a lot of meetings with because I was a little bit lost what I should do after I graduate. And he kind of helped me to have at least a short-term solution. And I was really thankful for that. So whoever is thinking about joining LMU, I can just say, do it.
Thank you both for those answers. I think you mentioned really wonderful points in looking for a graduate program and kind of deciding on what type of school you want to do. Like you mentioned, the community aspect or the networking piece of it. And then for our prospective students in the audience, coming to things like these student panels or those graduate programs that you may have joined earlier today or this week, it's really a wonderful step it's a step in the right direction as well. But now we have time for our audience questions. So the first question that we have is if LMU helps in seeking visas for graduate students. The answer is yes. So you are able to apply for an F1 visa. So our Office for Student, I mentioned earlier, Office for International Students and Scholars, sorry, OISS for short, will help you with this process. So if you have any questions about how to obtain a visa or how to apply for an I-20, anything like that, you can email us directly, and we can put our direct email in the chat for you. And again, we can talk you through a little bit more of that process. And then does LMU provide housing? So Bea and Stefan, would you like to talk a little bit more about how you found your housing?
Yeah, sure. So I currently live in Playa del Oro, which is LMU housing for graduate students. This is an apartment complex. It's not just for students. So like we have families like down the hall. It's a really nice apartment. I don't have a car here, so I walk to campus. It's like a 15-20 minute walk, which is really nice in a really nice neighborhood. We have a grocery store right here. The apartment complex has like a pool, has like a hot tub and things like that. So a gym, anything that you need, it's here. And it's through LMU, and then you get furniture, which was really important for me because I didn't want to buy furniture. But yeah, and right now I live in it's an apartment with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, so it's really convenient.
So I'm living off campus, so I kind of was looking for apartments on my own, but there are different websites like Zillow or myapartments.com where you can normally find apartments, and if not, there should be some Facebook groups, I think, where LMU people look for roommates. I'm currently living with one guy who is at LMU as well, and another guy who graduated from USC. So the best is probably to look for roommates. It's not easy in LA, but there are definitely possibilities. And I think it's just about looking early enough and kind of take the time to research, because it's important, even especially when you live off campus, in which area in LA you live.
Thank you for describing that housing as well. Our last question that we're going to be able to fit in today is, could you name the top 3 values of LMU? I absolutely love this question. Stefan, would you like to go first?
Top 3 values. Great question. Top 3 values. I would say the first one is related to the people. It's like kind of a open door policy. So whoever you want to reach on campus, you have the chance to talk to him. Another value. Probably it's about creativity. In general, the professors and all the people try to engage you in projects, in challenges that you have to solve. And another value, I would say, Bea, maybe you have 3 other values that you can mention.
Sorry, Stefan, I put you on the spot there, but Bea, would you like to chime in?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I have 3, but I think it's one of them, it's the diversity. Like, this is a really diverse campus. Like, in my classes, I have people from all over the world, which is amazing because we all have like different points of views, and I think it's great. Yeah, that'd be kind of like related with community. I don't know what else. This is a
I can
tough
help.
question.
I can help you out both out. One of the last ones I would mention is we're a very mission-oriented and service-oriented university. So social justice and service is something that's really prevalent on our campus as well. So, for example, we even have a center dedicated to that called the Center for Service and Action. That's both for undergraduate and graduate students that they can get involved. And they host things like service organizations or advocacy teach-ins or different things like that to really get our students involved in both our local community and Los Angeles, but also a global community worldwide. But both of you named some really great values, especially that community aspect, that creativity, the diversity. I think that are just a few of our values, I would say. But we are nearing the end of our student panel. So first of all, I would just like to thank our student panelists. And again, everyone in the audience today for joining us. If you have any questions, I went ahead and put our email, both the international specific email and our graduate admission specific email. So please feel free to write to us. This conversation does not have to end today. But again, thank you so much for joining us this evening, and have a great day, evening, morning, wherever you are tuning in from.